I don't know why we chose to go fishing at dusk. On Lake Moorthorne, the mist rolls in fast. Everyone knows that. But it was the end of a hard week, and we just wanted a few beers outdoors to blow off some steam. We'd only been out for half an hour when we realised something was wrong. The light left the sky far too quickly. One moment it was evening, the next, it was as if someone had switched off the midwinter glow. A cold, sharp mist curled across the lake, swallowing everything. Ever since our 20s, I've been friends with Alan. Growing up in a village near Hexham, we'd heard all the rumours about Lake Moorthorne. But we were older now, sensible. Stories are for kids, we told ourselves. The boat shifted beneath us, slowly at first, then sharply, as though something underneath was pushing at it. The air was still, no wind, no waves, but the boat kept tilting, almost like it was laughing at us. Then the world dropped. A violent force ripped the bottom out from under us, and we were plunged into the unforgiving black water. I could swim, Alan could swim, but it didn't matter. Something pressed down on us from above, heavy, deliberate. We were dragged under again and again, only releasing us long enough for a panicked gulp of air. Through the mist, I glimpsed the faint lights of the harbour. They looked impossibly far away. Then new lights appeared, blue, ethereal, drifting across the surface like lanterns guided by invisible hands. "Hello!" I yelled. "Hello!" Hello! A long, narrow boat emerged from the fog. The water around us stilled, as though whatever held us beneath had bowed to a higher master. A tall, hooded figure stood at the helm, a shadow, shaped like a man, leaning on a gnarled wooden staff.
"Good evening, gentlemen. Are you in need of assistance?"
We clambered aboard, shivering, grateful, but terrified. The stranger didn't move.
"Alan, Stephen, I require payment for this service."
Alan stared at him. He didn't ask how he knew our names, but said, "Payment? For rescuing people who are drowning? That's..." I cut in. "How much do you want?" He waved a hand, dismissing the idea.
No, not money. Something else.
He looked at each of us in turn.
I offer you a choice tonight. 1 hour of your life, or a memory you hold dear. In return, I will take you safely to shore. If you refuse...
He gestured towards the dark water behind us, and we understood. Alan swallowed hard. A memory? How about when I learned to ride a bike? The ferryman tutted softly.
No, you know the memories I seek.
Alan's face changed. He looked at me, then at the water, then back at the ferryman. "Fine. My wedding day."
Done,
the ferryman said. Then he turned to me.
"And you?"
I didn't want to give up a memory. They were pieces of who I was, of the people I loved. So I chose the only thing that felt safer. An hour. You can have an hour of my life. The ferryman smiled. And it wasn't a kind smile. It was a knowing one. We reached land quickly after that, stumbling onto the shore with shaking legs. When will you take the hour?" I asked, turning back. But the ferryman only smiled again as his barge drifted backwards into the mist. Within seconds, both he and the blue lights had vanished. The next day, a new reality set in. Everywhere I went, time suddenly mattered. Clocks seemed louder. Seconds felt heavier. And beneath everything, I kept hearing a pocket watch ticking like a heartbeat. I had no idea when the ferryman would take my hour, or what he would do with it. We should have listened to the warnings we grew up with. Don't go near the lake at night. We thought they were stories, but they weren't. Alan was altered. Losing the memory of the most important day of his life changed something fundamental in him. He recognised his wife and children, but only in the way you recognise faces in old photographs. Familiar, but disconnected. The emotional anchor that tied him to them was gone. And without it, his promises, his commitments, his love, none of it seemed to matter anymore. He wasn't cruel, he was just empty, distant, in a way none of us could reach. And every time I see him, hollow and lost, I realise something terrible. His price has already been paid. Mine hasn't. And somewhere, out there, on Lake Moorthorne, the ferryman is still waiting. Thank you for listening, and tune in next week for another story.